everybody, welcome to Acoustic Paradiso here on Andertons TV. My name is Pete.
My name is Mick.
And he is funky.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know the song?
Yeah.
The one and only.
I'm not particularly, but anyway.
Not right now. I'm saying
Not
that
now.
shirt is not the, it doesn't make people funky. Maybe it does, if you're Bruno Mars.
No, funky means funky means the same thing the world over, doesn't it? But funky also can mean bad in America.
It can, yeah.
Like
Like a cheese can smell funky, can't it? Oh, that's a funky smelling cheese. Anyway.
It's like on the one.
On the one! Cheddar! Gouda! Tom on the one! Anyway, so you have been writing underneath some of our videos that we should try to kind of compare some travel guitars.
Yeah, we haven't grown.
We haven't grown. We have gone into the shop. We have chatted to the captain, and he suggested that we would pick 3 guitars which have got similar builds, so similar tops, similar back and sides, similar necks. Comes with a gig bag, similar priced ish. All the links, of course, are below in this in the description. But so what we came up with was Martin Dreadnought Jr., Taylor GS Mini,
and Faith Nomad Mini Saturn.
Yeah, and these all have got a spruce top, and then we would like to mention that, of course, especially these two do come in a lot of variations.
Different variations, yeah. There's
pickups and mahogany,
and
koa. Sapele, koa.
Yeah, varies across model, but they also, what I quite like about Taylor particularly is that they often do they'll do the odd special edition or something.
Yeah.
So anyway,
so keep your eye out for those, and there, go if you do pop in to the Andertons.co.uk website and you type in Taylor GS Mini or whatever, then all the options will come up.
You'll see the variants.
Yeah, the Faith there's only another one of those, which is a different size body,
different shape. We did a video on it a few maybe feels like weeks, probably was years ago.
Yeah, like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And if you're watching in 2075, then it's definitely years ago.
And if you're watching in 2075, everything is well.
I'm fine, mummy.
Yeah,
I'm fine.
Yeah. Right. So they've all got solid spruce tops.
Yep.
Around the back here, this is mahogany apparently, according to Faith.
Yeah, and that's what mahogany looks like when you do not stain it.
Yeah, can look like that.
Yeah, it can look like that.
Yeah.
It's of course different types.
These two are sapele.
Yeah, and sapele is also a form of mahogany.
Yeah.
Type wood.
Yeah.
Neck, mahogany. Perhaps some sort of selected hardwood. Same on this one.
Same on this one.
Fingerboard.
That is mahogany.
Fingerboard on here.
Rosewood. Ebony. Richlight. Yep.
Yeah. So that's 3 different types of fingerboard.
Yep.
Richlight being a compressed paper composite, and as we know, paper comes from trees, so essentially wood. And then it's dark, so it's stained,
mixed with some epoxy resin. Yeah.
Anyway, it is sort of a so it's more like the ebony. And the rosewood is completely different from those two.
Yep. Body size. So the Faith is 13.5 inches across. The Taylor is 14 3/8, which is almost 14.5. And the Martin is 14.5, whatever that means in centimetres.
Yeah.
Literally no idea.
No.
Scale length is also important, obviously, because these are smaller than normal guitars.
Yep.
Very similar. 23.25.
Yep.
Taylor is 23.5. Martin is 24. So the Martin is the longest scale length by 1/2 inch.
Yeah.
And if you think that 1/2 inch on a regular acoustic guitar can make quite a big difference,
it can.
It will be very interesting to see if it makes any difference at all, or if we can indeed perceive it as a difference.
Yeah, but we did a funny sort of blind test where we had to keep our eyes closed and then test 3 different guitars, and I couldn't tell the difference. And it's really, it's one of those.
the end of guitar demonstration videos as we know it.
Yeah.
Can't tell the difference. Just don't worry. Doesn't matter. Just get an old box.
Just get an old and then
stick some elastic bands on it.
Put a blindfold around your eyes,
and you won't know the difference
and you won't
between
know the
that
difference.
and a 1939 D45.
No.
Yeah, no, you won't be able to tell the difference. Yeah. Anyway, let's stop talking.
Let's stop talking and playing some stuff. So I'm going to put that down for now. So I'll start with the Martin, and here we go. Sorry, what?
You keep playing, and I'm going to feed you guitars.
You're going to feed me guitars. Okay, so we start with our favourite chord, G chord, hello. Oh, nicely ring. Here we go. Same position. Yep. So,
well, there we are. See you next week. No.
That's it.
What were your perceptions, Pierre?
Well, definitely these two got the biggest sound.
This does feel like it's. This is about 200 quid cheaper than the Martin.
Yeah. So the Martin is the top of the price range with 599, and it does feel like that.
Yeah,
it does feel like
so. From where I was sat anyway, these two they have a much more extended bottom end.
Yes.
And maybe that's down to the bigger sound, or maybe it's down to the bigger volume in the bodies, because not only are they wider, they're also deeper.
They're deeper. Yeah.
And they also have slightly longer scale lengths than this, but they feel more developed, don't they?
It's like playing. It's like playing a big size guitar, really. You know what I mean? It feels like, and also these are 14 fret neck joint.
But a bit smaller.
But a bit smaller. But that's a 12 fret neck joint as well on that guitar.
Yeah, it's a different thing. This.
Yeah, I think that is £409, and then you go 506, and then you go 5. So there's 100 quid difference.
And that's talking
at the moment,
mid-November 2016.
So that
may
could
well
change. Yeah,
if Donald Trump is in the White House tomorrow.
Also, just say this one has got a Fishman pickup system in it.
Yeah.
That one has got a pickup system in it. And this one doesn't have a pickup system in it. So if you do want to have that in it, I think that's another.
It's more.
It's more than this, then, isn't it?
More pounds.
Yeah. So it's more pounds. I think it's even more pounds than this.
Yeah.
Or very similar pounds.
Okay.
So and we're not going to test those today because they don't all three of them have the system in them. So we're just going to leave that, because what we talked about earlier before we started this video is that people that buy these guitars, probably 95% of them might not even plug them in.
Well,
you know
what? You say that.
Yeah.
So this segues quite.
I might be wrong.
Segues quite nicely into what we were just saying. This definitely feels like a travel guitar, and it's got a kind of,
Yeah.
It's got a kind of mid-range, little bit boxy, what you would assume from a
travel guitar,
from a small guitar.
Yeah.
And if I just do that sort of same thing here. sound just once again. So they, by comparison, these two feel grown up. What I was going to say was my mate Rob, hello Rob from Total Guitar if you're watching. Rob plays in a pretty cool band called Marsh Fires, and Rob uses that as his main stage guitar.
Yeah, well, I've got a friend who does that as well. Yeah, definitely.
So he definitely plugs it in.
But I'm saying maybe not 95%, but definitely a lot of percent of people probably will never plug the guitar into a PA. You know, and if they do, it's kind of a, it's a little singer-songwriter thing or whatever. But these two are very different as well. We have to account for the strings. I think this will be a 53 on here. It might be a different string. There's definitely a Martin string on this one. This is, I would imagine, is some of the Alexias that they put on there, their own strings, and I think that's 12 on that one. So it depends on what they put on. I'm not sure what they put on these. They're
built very differently as well.
So different.
Taylor's on quite a few of the Tecate built Taylors. Tecate is the Taylor's Mexican factory.
Yep.
Certainly some of the 100s, and forgive me if I don't have this exactly right, but on some of the Tecate models, they've done away with the back bracing.
Okay.
So if you look inside this Dreadnought Junior here, you'll see that it is a traditionally built guitar. It's got lining,
braces across,
the same, and it's got a sort of traditional braced back, right?
Yeah, here.
So it's got a little bit of an arch on it. So Taylor have done away with the back braces. They refer to it as layered. It's laminate. 3-piece back and sides, and in so doing it's quite a strong material. So they've done away with the back braces, and as you can see it's kind of arched. So it's like an arch top guitar. It's like an arch back guitar,
which gives it of course more sound.
It gives it a lot of volume and a lot of bass, I think, because there's quite a lot of volume in that. Physical volume, I mean, volumetric volume in there. So in so doing, they are built differently, but they both sound kind of bassier and bigger and more grown up than.
I was going to say real guitar, but they are real guitars. You know what I mean? But, bigger grown up guitars, definitely.
Yeah. So what about playability then, Pete? Come on, let's talk about neck shape. Let's talk about nut width. Let's talk about all the things that kind of make you.
Let's talk about nuts, baby. Okay, so playing wise. This feels slim.
Yeah.
It feels like a slim neck here. And slim that way and slim that way. Narrow and slim.
Yeah.
I think. Easy to play. It's really easy to play.
And I guess you might want the travel guitar a small. See, calling them travel guitars almost seems like really doing them down.
Yeah, but they're not. They're not.
You might want a small guitar for all kinds of reasons. One might be because you are small or very young.
Yeah.
In which case, a slim nut width is going to be really good for kids, for example, or people with really tiny hands.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what about that? How does that feel?
So it's bigger neck. It's a bit. Actually, it feels very similar to these two. Actually, these two necks feels very similar, but the strings are definitely thicker gauge here. I feel. Yeah. Easy to play as well. It kind of is. If you are a child or a smaller frame, this might even be too big for you.
Yeah.
Because actually, right now I'm sitting with it, it feels more like a double O shape or a triple O shape.
Well, it's 14.5,
exactly.
So a parlour guitar is not as wide as that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So some of the parlour guitars we've done in the videos in the past are actually...
Yeah.
This is actually bigger than that,
And fact fans, it is, what did I say it was before? 1 11/16 across the nut, which is
so it's
almost 43 millimetres.
Yeah, that's like a standard, it's 11/16. There's 11/16 and then there's 1 3/4 in there. Those two, and this feels like it's a slimmer neck, But I prefer the 1 3/4.
I'm going to say I'm really surprised that Martin's done a 1 3/4.
Why?
Just because it's a small guitar.
Yeah. But
I like it. My own guitar has that, so that's what I'm used to.
So is mine, and I've got others with 11/16 as well. But I do prefer this because what you do get is you get a little bit more. If you want to do finger picking with your right hand, you get more space.
Or if you're ham-fisted like me, you can fit your fingers in.
You can fit, if you've got big fingers, then you can fit them in there, And I think it's just something that you need to get used to.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people. I've got a lot of friends who prefer a narrow neck and a slimmer neck. No, I prefer there's a little bit of neck there, So, but also this feels smaller than that in a way. I don't know what it is, but it's not though, is it?
No, it's about almost exactly the same. It's a little tiny bit wider.
Wow.
It might be as...
Maybe it's a...
What about depth?
This one is wider.
Yeah.
So the Martin is wider, but of course then it's got the bow on the back, Well, I think it's, again, it's what you prefer. You go into the shop, you go in and you're looking for a small size guitar that comes with a gig bag that you can travel around with. You might want to plug it in, you might not want to plug it in. You go in and you try them out, and I prefer this one, and that's the one you should go for, And then you were talking brand. Do you prefer brand? That's the next thing. Who knows? Ramping on. It's definitely more dynamic, these guitars, aren't they? More bottom end, more top end. This one is more linear over the board. And then you get this, which is definitely missing that bottom end. I mean, you can hear it immediately. Also, it feels much different to play because of the scale length of it. The neck is so much shorter. I want to go out here, because it's only a 12 fret.
The scale length isn't much shorter, but because it's 12 frets.
It's 12 frets, so the neck the whole thing seems a bit shorter.
What about total length? Let's have a look. Yeah, so the Dreadnought Junior is considerably longer,
yeah.
And I would assume that this is as well.
I'll put my hand on here.
Oh no, just a little bit longer.
Yeah, not very much.
So apparently this will go in the overhead locker of a Delta Airlines.
Yes.
If
we're talking one.
If you're like Reet Flash and fly around the world.
It happens
on Delta.
Yeah.
That goes in an overhead locker.
Yeah.
So.
But you know what? An electric guitar goes that, and an electric guitar, as long as it's over 120, so 120 centimeters. And I think 35 centimeters across, so you in a gig bag or in a hard case.
Yeah, but a full size acoustic, you've got all that extra depth.
Oh yeah, they're full size. Yeah, no, but it depends on the airline. It does depend on the airline. It really does.
They're going to be happy with this, aren't they? Let's be honest.
Exactly, because it doesn't look like much when you put it on. So
I'd be happy with this too.
Yeah, I like all three of them, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would be happy with any of these, to be honest. I know what I prefer.
Yeah. So what one would you take?
I would probably prefer that.
Yeah.
Because to me it sounds like a more grown-up guitar.
Yeah.
I know that the Taylor has got all the bottom end and the top end, but I think as an overall sound and feel, with the 1 3/4 neck.
You like that?
For me, I would prefer that because I like it as you like a bit of a different.
Yeah.
It feels like a more grown-up guitar.
I normally prefer that 1 3/4 as well, but
Yeah.
I actually would have this. I like the way it's got the bottom end.
Yeah. No, but I like that.
Yeah.
You know what? This is nice. This is nice.
A lot of low end.
A lot of low end, and I actually like that. It's
loud too.
It's really loud. When I just hit it now,
Yeah.
I would be happy with either of these.
Yeah.
You know, I really, really would. I think they're both great. It's a different kettle of fish, you know. It's still a great guitar. It feels nice, but you got the 12 fret neck joint, so it feels like a different guitar. Sound hole is smaller. You get less sound coming out of it. You know, it's
Yeah.
But you get a completely solid guitar, mahogany, all of this and stuff. You know.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it'll appeal to an audience. It's appealing to an audience.
Nice.
Anyway, so
Yeah.
there we have it. That's a nice little
I
issue.
don't actually have one of these type guitars.
Have you not?
Nope.
I thought you did.
Nope, I don't.
Whoa.
But I'm heartened, I have to say.
Yeah, because it's also, you know, I've got the 015, which is a small body guitar, so it's probably more sized like this. But I use it a lot. Also in recordings, because it just gives it a different sound. It adds a different element and a different tone to your you know, to your sound.
Sure.
So there we have it. That was Acoustic Paradiso for this time. If you did watch it on the day come out, it was a Monday. It was a lovely Monday. You know, or have a lovely Monday if you're watching it in the morning. That was the Taylor GS Mini and the Faith Mini Saturn, Nomad Mini Saturn.
Nomad Mini Saturn.
Okay, it's a lot of names for me to remember.
And the Martin Dreadnought Junior or D Junior.
Yeah, all come with the cases. Have a look at the website for all the specs, because they are available in different configurations, like with or without pickups and all of this different stuff.
Different woods,
all that stuff. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, please. And my name was Pete.
My name was Mick.
And we will see you next time. Have a good evening.
Cheerio.
Take care. No, it's fine.
Sure.
Sennheiser.
What?
You said sure. I said Sennheiser. This one has not got a pickup system in it.
Doesn't have a pissed up kicker in it. Doesn't have a pissed up kistem in it. No pissed up kistems here, mate.
On my electric guitar as well, I like to. There's something in my hand, as they say, you know. So. So.